Churches, a place of worship and faith, and for some, tragedy. Catholic churches are known for their architecture and their elaborate beauty. Could a church be haunted by its fellowship, or even be haunted by its tragedies that may have occurred over the years? Hi, I'm John of Price Paranormal, and welcome to Activity of the Paranormal. November 2009, Friday the 13th to the 14th. Investigation, St. Anne's Church, Woonsocket, Rhode Island. North America's largest collection of fresco artwork, now known as St. Anne's Arts and Cultural Center.
Men's room on the left, ladies' room on the right. We could respective hallways. Ladies' room on the right is where some things have, I guess, happened. But, I don't know how much you guys told them. There was one night that Wally and I come in, and we thought, oftentimes at a place like this, there's always someone in here. You know, they come in, they hide out, and so they'll make their home until they're caught. And I had come in, and I thought I heard something in here. And so I run outside, I'm like, Wally, somebody's in there. So of course we call the cops, and with 15 exits to get out of the building, of course, they're long gone. But while we had the policemen here, we combed the entire building from this basement to the boiler room, all the way up to the towers. And there were a couple of cops that stayed down here, and one of them went into the ladies' room, and he thought he heard someone moaning or crying, and called him to come out. Of course, nobody came out, but when he came out of the bathroom, he was like, what is she?
This was all in the bathroom, or where was the moaning and crying?
In the ladies' room.
So, I wonder if that was your reaction because there was a male in the room. I mean, that could be something else, but you could also sort of have to try that too.
That'll work.
I agree.
Ladies, yes, we have two other smaller, unisex bathrooms in the rest of the building.
John, you know how you told the story about the elevator starting up mysteriously? John actually kind of debunked that. I heard you talk about that on the video.
Yep.
John, you want to give him what you said?
Right, and I usually hear that when I came in that night, the adjustment was too long, like it sounded it was going to another level.
Oh, okay.
And there was actually somebody in here because when we came back the next day, when it was bright out, we found bags of stuff stashed away around the building. So there was somebody in here, and they had left through that.
Yeah, because self-leveling doesn't even last a couple of minutes.
Yeah, it was a couple of seconds and it's done, but it was, you can hear it go,
Right.
it moved. So.
Sorry.
And you're not familiar with anything pre-Vatican II. Pre-Vatican II, happened in the late 60s. And in the old days, no one was ever allowed in the sanctuary, especially women, not allowed in there. That's why the old sanctuaries have the gates in front, because everything used to be closed up if the priest wasn't there. Above us, which they're using for their Bible study, was what's called the sacristy, where the priest vested. No one was ever allowed back there, except for the few nuns who were taking care of the vestments and setting everything up for the priests. So down here was actually reserved for the altar boys, because even the altar boys weren't allowed up where the priests were. In the old days, if you lift up one of the ceiling tiles, this hallway here, there's a old window that's no longer there, so that they could keep an eye on the boys. Because they get in trouble, And then when it was
Charles, you can comment later.
It's not about you. And upstairs, you'll find there's a couple of what look like doorbells. They were buzzers. When the priest was ready, he'd buzz the boys up, and they'd all go walking up the back stairwell. And these days at Catholic Church, they walk in from the back, whereas in the old days they just walked right into the sanctuary. There wasn't a procession up in the aisle. So this was the function of that room. 70 years ago, this would have been lined with lockers all the way around, where the nuns would have prepared and cleaned and washed and pressed all the altar boys' cassocks and everything else. And even in the old days, they couldn't wear their shoes that they had from home. They had special slippers that they would put on to walk around the sanctuary with.
People need a rest, maybe they should come in here.
I think this will be the safe room.
Yeah. Safe room.
Safe room.
It seems like it's the best, because I mean, if anything else, if people come downstairs, we know people come downstairs, we can open the door quickly.
Right.
If anything, that other hallway with the kitchen and the whole community service, we can at least go in there and it's not going to affect the echoing or
I was
reverberation
gonna
of
say
it.
that too, it echoes everywhere.
And plus,
else,
there's
but
good
it's
places
not
to
bad.
store things. Shelter, but the bricks are starting to fall out, so I think that's kind of contradictory to this statement right now.
Well, you-
Falling off shelters.
Well, you can tell there's a door there by the fact it's difficult to fix.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're taking out the alley room and shit like
Told you, that's why we need the More You Know star coming out of nowhere.
that. I'm really gonna make one of those now when I go home on Thanksgiving, home with my sister.
So John, tell me, do you see or feel anything around here?
Alright, I'm
Oh yeah, definitely. Right as I walked into the boiler room, it could have been just the heat, but when I stepped down, I definitely felt something. But like I said, it could have been the heat.
See what happens. We're going to send some people in there afterwards. So you want to be one of them?
I love boiler rooms.
Let's see what happens.